Hey guys, are you worried about becoming a 40-year-old virgin or maybe a 35-year-old virgin or 45 or 50 or who knows what age? But it's really this pressing concern that you haven't slept with or had sex with a woman, been intimate with a woman, and it's really, really bugging you. Well, I'm going to address how to deal with that issue today here on Core Confidence. Hey guys, Dave with Core Confidence, and got a really interesting question today from a fellow subscriber like you, or like some of you, right? Not all of you, but some of you. And I get lots of emails over the years from guys like this, whether I was coaching on social confidence specifically. Always happen when dating is a concern for guys that are shy, that are introverted, don't have much experience with women, and definitely if they want to work on this aspect in particular. So here's the question. He asks, so all my life I've been shy around women, especially good-looking ones. Many guys have been, right? I feel as if they are too good for me or more experienced than me. I get nervous and even turn red. I couldn't walk up to one and introduce myself. I'd fumble or get ignored. The very few that have taken interest in me, I blew off because I feel I disappoint them for my lack of experience and confidence. This is important. I'll address that part later. I'm also very self-conscious about the size of my guy. He's talking about the size of his penis. It's like 4 inches and it doesn't help my confidence. I feel unloved and unwanted. I'm 37 now. I don't want to be the real 40-year-old virgin. Little crying face he put in there. Any advice, bro? Okay. Now, our friend is also from the Middle East. He's from Egypt. He's a good guy. He's been following my stuff for years. And so I want to make this video to help him out, to help you out, brother. So, really, really good question here. And so my advice here is, the first thing is you've got to do both the inner and outer work, right? And so the inner work, the first thing is that when you self-sabotage, you got to handle this. And what it is you blew them off because you feel you disappoint them for lack of experience and confidence. So I'm sure there was a point, maybe it started at 18 or 21 or 25, where you started doing this to yourself. And then even though women are interested in you, and I've seen your picture, you're an attractive guy physically, that you are self-sabotaging if they show interest. Now, could it make a difference with some women? Absolutely. But other women, it may not. And it may be a cool challenge to them. Who knows? But you got to resolve your self-esteem, because ultimately it doesn't mean as much as you make it mean that you haven't slept with a woman at 37. It really doesn't. It actually doesn't. Society might throw messages at you all the time that say that that's the issue, but it's not. You could completely resolve this, actually. Work on your self-esteem, therapy, books, whatever, and actually be okay with it. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to automatically get this experience and know what you're doing in bed, but that's okay. If you fully own it, it's a makes a huge difference, right? So you got to work on fixing that, okay? Now, a couple other issues I want to address. And one is the fact of the lack of experience, because I can see how that can mess with you, right? I've never been the 40-year-old virgin or even coming close to that. But I have helped guys in this situation, and I understand and I have empathy. So, you say here that you don't have the experience. Well, you can go out and get some experience by and I'm gonna link to this in the post, in the video, or whatever, under it, around it. There's a documentary called Desperate Virgins. Horrible name. And it's funny, as you sent this, it popped up in my YouTube, right? It's called Desperate Virgins. And it talks about 2 men and 1 woman, all in Britain, who were in their 30s, 40s, maybe even 50s. And the woman had never had sex, and it really, really bothered them. They're still virgins. And they went and the woman hired a male prostitute, high-end male prostitute. One guy hired a surrogate sex person. What is the term for that? Somebody kind of licensed, almost like that. And then the other guy went out and tried to learn pickup and get laid and stuff. And didn't go so well for that guy, because his buddy also, who tried to help him, I thought wasn't very good with women, from what I could tell. But anyways, maybe he was. But he didn't help his friend. And the other 2 went and did that. Now, I'm not advocating at all that you sleep with a prostitute or a hooker or any of that stuff. if anything, I advocate that you go the kind of surrogate sex. I don't know if worker is the right word. We have to look it up. But basically, it's kind of this thing where people and so the guy actually went to. It started with like this kind of therapy sessions almost, to where he sat with this woman and they talked about having sex and the nervousness and all that. And he actually, his female friend came with him. And the guy also was disabled, by the way. Really cool guy, though. Really cool dude. And then he, and then they linked him up with this woman who, I'm pretty sure it was legal. So again, I don't advise you to do anything illegal, but it's a real valid option. Okay. I'm not here to give moral, ethical advice. I'm giving you options that I see and that I know of. Okay. And you can do that. If that's an issue, you can actually go find out and do that. Right. And then the other thing is the size of your guy. So you're talking about the size of your guy. Well, you know, you can either fix the issue that is 4 inches and that doesn't help your confidence. The average size of a penis, I think, is it 4.5 inches? So you're a little below average, but they're smaller and they're bigger and all that. But also, you can actually do this. Now, people get plastic surgery and people get, you know, beauty and Botox, and women do that, and men and women in Hollywood. But you actually, there's a safe way that I saw. There's this guy named Chris from a site called Good Looking Loser. He helps like guys get kind of really buff and then pick up women and stuff. He's actually a really cool guy. Not my thing. I'm not into being super buff and all that. Maybe one day. Well, I don't know. But and actually a really smart guy. But he talks about this thing called the Pathmate, which is actually a penis pump that is apparently safe, and it uses water, I think, and that's why it's safe. He's done all these posts on it, so you can go look that stuff up. And it apparently works. He swears by it. So that is a valid option, and it's nothing to be ashamed about. Some people go, oh, come on, you know, just get over it, or oh, just, you know, do whatever you want, man. It's a valid option. I want to give you all the valid options. I want to give you inner options because you want to fix all the psychology around this as much as possible, and then valid options if those apply to you. You may say, no, I won't work with a surrogate sex woman supporter, right? What the fuck is the word? It's bugging me that there's got to be some nice term for it. Surrogate sex helper? I don't know. No, I'm going to just go out there on my own and go talk to women and just push through it, or work on these psychological issues and find a woman that's understanding. I'm going to choose to get over the stuff around my penis size, or I'm going to get a pump, make it bigger. Like, it's all valid. Just be safe about whatever you do. Be safe and be smart about it. And don't break the law. And if you are breaking the law, bending the law, be smart about it. I'm not saying that you should, but be smart. Okay? So, that is my suggestion. It's my advice, my suggestions on hopefully that will help you move forward with this. And I'll put a link to that documentary on the Desperate Virgins thing, so you can watch it and at least not feel alone, and feel that people and they've done these things, right? They have done these things that I've mentioned. And I really hope that helps, brother. And to all of you listening that are going through this, I hope it helps give you some advice and some guidance on what to do. Okay? And until next video, we're done. Bye-bye.